Hey everybody, welcome back to Joe Wednesday's outside edition. How's it going? What's new? So I had the idea of doing this outside today. I walked outside when I was going to pick up Lydia, and I was like, wow, it's actually kind of warm out for being November. But then I didn't think about how dark it would be, and I don't know if this is really anything to really look at. So we're probably gonna move this inside and save this idea for some other time. Okay, that's a little more normal, right? So anyway, I guess first and foremost, congratulations, Pete, on your wedding over the weekend. That was a lot of fun. And also congratulations and welcome to Mary, or should I say, I tried to warn you, but now there's no turning back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so obviously to both of you, many happy returns. Or I don't know, I think that phrase only applies to birthdays, but I hope you get my meaning. Anyway. Um, yeah, obviously it was a fun time. I hope everybody had fun and all that kind of stuff. I do like something occurred to me that I guess like maybe just a public service announcement for anybody not thinking about it right now. But with the weather getting colder and not people not wanting to be outside and that kind of stuff, I just want to emphasize social distancing doesn't stop just because it's chilly. Um, so like it was just kind of funny to me because like when the line was coming in and people were like signing the book or whatnot, it was cold outside, so everybody was like coming in and queuing up to sign the book, and it's just like there do not need to be dots on the floor for people to know to socially distance. Like it's been around since March. It's almost been a year now since we've had to deal with this stuff. It's certainly not going away. It's certainly not going away just because the year changes from 2020 to 2021. So it's like, so whether you want to or not, you got get used to it and do what you need to do. It's the only way we're going to get through it and possibly get to an end is if we actually do the things we need to do. If we keep doing stuff to ignore it, we're just going to, keep spiraling down this seemingly endless tunnel. So like, get with the program, guys. But anyway, so there's my public service announcement for you. Let's see. So we were kind of worried about how long I was going to be spending away from Lydia. Ended up coming home and generally went okay. But we had a very interesting bath routine on Monday when I first gave her bath. Because like she was like on complete opposite sides of the spectrum at like simultaneously because like I was so proud of her because she was doing so good asking her to lie down on her changing pad and asking her to take off the clothes that she was wearing and asking her to get into the bath and asking her to stand up in the bath and so I could wash her and all this kind of stuff. She was doing a really good job listening to all the stuff I was asking her to do, and I was really proud of her for doing that. But simultaneously and on the exact opposite side of the spectrum, she was not emotionally having anything to do with what I was asking her to do. And she was like, it was probably like a half hour of her just being absolutely irate and just crying and calling for mom and saying no and I don't wanna, but so it was so kind of baffling. It's like how are you not wanting to cooperate with anything but are actually cooperating with everything? And I'm just like, what kind of vibe, like just polar opposite experience are we having right now? But I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, like, and I ultimately, like, I think it probably is really a sign of her growing, because, like, like emotions are really hard for kids to understand. And that's why it's just so overwhelming at like the slightest, like the almost seemingly meaningless thing, but it's just so overwhelming for them to deal with. But, like, the fact that she can still respond and like obey like commands from the outside even though she's being emotional is kind of like a sign that's like okay, like you're like her higher brain functions are still responding even though her lower brain is just freaking out. So so hopefully that's a really good sign we keep that going. Let's see what else. So the election happened yesterday. I'm not really going to talk about it too much. So I'm at least glad with what the initial signs are looking like. I'm generally of the opinion that I don't want the current president to remain president. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm not really comfortable with touching on too many political topics, at least right now. So I mean, I guess if I'm prompted to, I might I guess I could talk about it, but outside of that, not gonna touch it, especially right now, because I mean, like, who the hell knows what's gonna be happening after the like results are actually like announced? Who knows how peaceful that's gonna be? And I don't. That's it's horrifying to me that that's our current state, that we have to be worried about the aftermath of an election. Like it's been a peaceful transition up and for at least as long as I've been alive. So we'll see. I hope it remains that way. Um, so let's transition completely off that. So there's this YouTube channel that I've been watching for maybe just a couple of months or so. His name is or I should say his username is WheezyWaiter. Um, but he just I the reason I bring him up at all is because like a lot of the 30-day challenge things I kind of started doing at the beginning of the year before the pandemic started. I got the idea from his channel. It's not something like a 30-day challenge of anything would not necessarily be something that appealed to me initially, but I think just the way that this guy talked about it just he was very open and genuine about it. And I mean, his videos, and I'll probably leave a link in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. But like the his videos are kind of like he has his own particular brand of humor. That I find entertaining, but I could see that it may not be entertaining to some people with the jump cuts that he does and that kind of stuff. Um, but I think like a lot of people who say like 30-day challenges, there's just this mentality of like, oh yeah, it's going to be like so positive and great for your life and you should do it. And there's a lot of energy and intensity about like fixing something about your life and stuff like that. And this guy is more just like, so I kind of just have this idea, and I think they're generally things I'd like to try out. But so I tried this for 30 days, and I logged my experience with it. And if you want to try it out, this is what I did. It's just it's much more like it's no pressure. Like there's no pressure about it. He's just talking about his experience, and he comes across as very genuine to me. So, um, like it like because of how he presented it, actually kind of made me think, that might actually be helpful for me to do. So I've tried a few. Like it was I've written out a list of things I'd like to do for like 30-day challenges, like like read consistently, like eat like a little bit, like once a day for 30 days, or um do at least the specific exercise like once a day every day for 30 days, just to get going. I think if anything, I should be thanking that for getting me back on a generally regular workout schedule at the beginning of the year, or I'd probably be a lot worse off now than I am doing right now. But it's that kind of stuff, and like this WheezyWaiter channel is probably what got me started on it. And there was a there was a video that he recently put out that just kind of struck me a little closer, just because of what I've been realizing, what I've been doing with my channel here. Um, it's along the same lines of like, if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. Um, because like if you're trying something new or you don't know what you're doing with something, you're not gonna just automatically just like start and know how it's gonna go, and like you're not gonna like, hey, this is a really professional video I'm putting together. Like, no, it's not gonna be like that. um but he put out a video about like the just trying new things doesn't necessarily need to have an objective. Like if you have one, great, but like sometimes you try the thing just to try the thing, and as you're doing it, maybe as you're doing it, you kind of discover the reasons to continue to do it, or you may find why you shouldn't do it, you know. But you're never going to find those things out by not doing any of it. Is essentially like what the video was saying. And like I said, that it struck me because like I've been finding a lot about even myself, just doing these videos. Like one, I really didn't know I could do video editing as well as I've been doing. And I mean, like, you know, quality compared to other people aside, like I know I've been doing way better just on the videos that I've put on the channel so far, and like just the speed of which I've been able to put them together has gotten short. Like the time it's taking me to put a video out that was maybe an hour has gotten shorter and shorter, and I think that's pretty cool. Um, but like something that that this WheezyWaiter guy said in his video that I laughed at, but I think is actually a pretty good piece of advice was like choose like the who, the what, the where, and the how, or like, you know, any or all of them. Like you can choose basically anything, but F the why, because like you can just get yourself into this endless spiral of why you shouldn't do something. And like especially when you're first starting out doing something, that's just gonna be a roadblock for you. Just F it, get it out of the way, and just try it. And I mean, like the worst that happens is it doesn't work and you stop doing it. Like it's and there's nothing wrong with that if that's the case. But I mean, like you at least tried it, and whether it was a good experience or not, you got something out of it. So you should, you know, not you should not put yourself down or judge yourself because you were able to do, or because you stopped doing it. That's not a failure. It's more information you're learning, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm trailing on now, so I think I'll cut myself off, and we'll call this the end of the video for this week. So we'll see you guys next week. Until then, take care. Love your faces. Bye.